Hello, good evening, and welcome to another beautiful episode of Feedback. I am Amaka Oguleye. Happy New Year to all of you out there. The very first episode in 2021. Health is wealth. And for us to keep living, we need to make sure we take all precautionary measures of COVID-19. COVID-19 is not just a mere thing, it is real. The second wave is real and it's dangerous. We went to Ikotu Market to check if they are taking their precautionary measures, washing their hands, and using their nose cover. We were there, we spoke with the Yoloja, the secretary to the market, and some of the market officials. See what they have to say.
Àwọn lágbára Ọlọ́run ló ń bá wa ṣe ẹtìgbọ́ àti agbára yín Olúwa tó fún yín lágbára kò ní yẹ̀ yín gbálẹ̀ o ẹ̀mí ní setback o lágbára Ọlọ́run èmi dẹ̀ máa ń fojoojúmọ́ ṣàdúrà fún Sanwó-Olú gbogbo èèyàn kan ló máa yìn àwọn kan máa yìn àwọn kan máa bu kó máa wẹ̀yìn kó máa lọ straight kò ní sọnù pẹ̀lú ìyàwó àtọmọ Ọlọ́run ò dẹ̀ ní fọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lójú ẹ̀ bí n ṣe tọrọ fún orí bẹ́ẹ̀ fáwọn náà àti gbogbo òkúlẹ̀ àti àmọ́ Ọlọ́run ò ní fọmọ àgbọ̀n mi lójú wa ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ kíní face mask gbogbo àwọn bàbá ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀rí bàbá ọjà mi akọ̀wé ọ̀pọ̀mọ̀ kan gbogbo wọ́n ṣe wà ní executive mi gbogbo àwọn leaders máma lẹ́gùn àwọn náà dẹ̀ máa pè ya gbogbo wọn máa bọ́ sọ́jà ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wọn wọ́n máa jà wọ́n ò lókìní bá a ṣe máléjì ara wa nìyẹn àwọn míì á ní nàlá ẹ̀ kí ló ń jẹ́ kòrò ṣùgbọ́n àwa máa ti tipátipá mú wọn àkọsọ́nù nítorí pé ọ̀gá lè jẹ́ fún wa kìdí ẹ ṣe nítorí tí ilẹ̀ ṣe ń bá wa sọ nítorí orí ara wa ikú ń lọ gan lóde o ẹni tó kàn ló mọ̀ o kọ́lá má tó bànújẹ́ kàn wá o lágbára ọlọ́ ìbànújẹ́ òde ní ọgbọ́n òṣìṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ti jáde o kàn ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kò sí títì nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí gbàtẹ́ káàkiri kò sí títì nínú ọjà mi mo ti pe chairman mo ní kó jọ kó ṣàánú mi kó bá ṣeré mi ọ̀nà mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tó wọnú ọjà mi kò sí títì ńbẹ̀ ìgbà míì báyìí mọ́tò lè ṣubú Ọlọ́run ló ń bá wa ṣe orí ló ń kó ayọ̀ tí ò jẹ́ kó ṣubú lùyàn iná kò sí ẹ̀kàn rí sí ni ó máa tó ṣẹ́jú mélòó kan máa mú lọ kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú ọjà tó tó yìí a gbọ́dọ̀ ní special light tó máa tàn tí gbogbo nǹkan ò ní ṣókùnkùn ilé ayé yín ò ní ṣókùnkùn tiwa náà ò ní ṣókùnkùn wà bàbá Jídé Sanwó-Olú ìgbà tó ti ṣe títì sí kọ̀tù ní roundabout yẹn tó ti sọ wádìí tá a ti fẹ́ dàbí àwọn èrò àjà Ọlọ́run sọ pé àti ìpàdé ní ti sọ pé ìjọ tá a bá ti pàdé ìyàwó ẹ̀ di méjì mo ti sọ igi ara mi sílẹ̀ fún mò ń bá lọ́jọ́ yẹn ni nítorí ó ń ṣe gudugudu méje lójú tèmi o kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ gan o gbogbo àwọn ìsangbé àbọ̀dá yẹn kí ni máa forúkọ ṣe ń ṣe bíbí bẹ́ẹ̀lò gbogbo ìlàkàkà ní òní já sásán àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin yín ìlàkàkà tiwa náà òní já sásán kò ní jẹ́ màálù lè máa wá fi sọjọ́ bá wa náà gbogbo wájú ọmọ fà ìkújọ ayé pọ̀ ní. ọkọ mi Fọláṣadé Òjó àwa pẹ̀lú ẹni níjẹta ó ṣe okùn jíjẹ o kò ní jókòó la máa fi sọjọ́ fúnra wa nítorí àlùsì kan nù wa tó bá dẹ̀ ti pè òun náà mú àwa mẹ́rin ni àti kú mẹ́ta báyìí kọ́lọ́hún ṣàánú wa kó má fi ṣùtú wa ká Olúwa bá mi jámọ́ ẹni tó kú sí kó dá tiwa náà sí ká má pèsè ìbànújẹ́ lórí ara wa a ní fi kú sọjọ́ fúnra wa o ìdùnnú la máa fi sọjọ́ o kábíyèsí o.
We will continue to intensify our efforts. It has not been easy getting the people wearing masks to do so. And Baboja has put in place a policy. You cannot enter the market office without wearing a mask. And he has encouraged most of us, some of us that are not here, if they were here, many of them carry sanitizers in their bags. Because I know that COVID is real, very, very real. As a public health person, I have this little bottle, and many of us have it, which we use from time to time. So it is very, very important. And we personally, I'm encouraging people to continue with this effort. And also, I think on the part of the government, I think there should be enforcement. Because leaving the market, if you go on the street, you will see that even the law enforcement agents are not wearing masks. So for those people, we have no power over them. The government should have enforcement. The last phase of COVID, the enforcement that came into the market, I wouldn't say that they were partial or they did not do their work the way they should do it. Because they should live by example. We have a task force from the local government.
Which local government?
These are local government, Ikotu Igondo, Ikotu, LCDA. They had an enforcement compliance to COVID regulation. They had one. Most of them, when you see them outside, they did not wear masks. But when they come into the market, they arrest people, they lock people's shops. Because if this is my shop and I'm not wearing it. Even in some cases, when customers are not wearing masks and the owner of the shop is wearing, the owner of the shop still was penalized, which I think was wrong. But all the same, we should all live by example. When they come into the market to do something, they must be seen outside the market, keeping the rules and regulations. So like you said, and during the last episode, two very notable companies, Onga Seasoning and Hypo, they give us tents, sanitizer tents, which sanitizes you as you walk past. That of Hypo is as big as a room, a standard room, and it was there throughout. Unfortunately, government wanted them to pay for the grand use, which the Baboja and myself went to see them. We rejected it. Fortunately, they accepted. They were to pay a huge sum. So I think such are the things that I think the government should help us to do. Government should look for strategic areas to put such tanks, sanitizer tanks. He's a Hausa man. We are all represented. They have given us much work and we are ready to do it. The traders should adhere. And if there is going to be enforcement, it should come from outside. Because if it is from within, they don't respect it. And then they take you as an enemy. Do you understand me, sir? The enforcement, before now, we had that government was saying, if you are caught, you pay, is it 10,000 or 20,000? 20,000. The government should enforce. I believe in enforcement. Because the average Nigerian is very, very, very stubborn. So that is my advice.
Welcome back. Like I said, this week edition is on COVID-19. And we are focusing on Agbado Oke-Odo LCDA. Agbado Oke-Odo LCDA, it's going through the same thing that every part of Nigeria is going through. But theirs is being found in Mirror Health Center. The fact that the staffs and some workers in Mirror Health Centers have COVID-19. Because of that, the chairman has to ask all other workers to take the test. Here is the story, and here is what is going on in Agbado Oke-Odo.
Council chairman closed down Mirror PHC. In a swift reaction to contain and avert the spread of coronavirus in the communities, the chairman of Agbado Oke-Odo LCDA, Honorable David Famuyiwa, has ordered the immediate closure of Mirror Primary Health Center. This became necessary as some members of staff of the health.
We organized a routine test for the health workers in our various health centers. And surprisingly, some members of the staff were discovered, they tested positive to COVID-19. 2 of our health centers were affected. The chairman, Honorable David Famuyiwa, immediately ordered the closure of the 2 health centers. And he ordered that the test be extended to all staff of all the health centers immediately. When we closed down the health centers, we sent our environmental health officers down, and they were led by the chairman to the 2 venues to go and decontaminate extensively. And as you must know, the management of the COVID-19 pandemic is beyond that of the local government. A lot of activities goes on at the state and federal levels. So the chairman requested that all those who tested positive be referred to various isolation centers. And we continue. He has ordered that the centers will be shut down for a minimum of 14 days, which is the expected gestation period. And none of the staff will be allowed to return to work unless they have taken the test and they are certain uninfected. Similarly, the chairman enjoined the officers to identify all patients who have visited the health center in recent times and reached out to the state and the authorities to commence constant tracing so that we can curb and the spread of the pandemic in our communities. The local government does not have the capacity to test. So what we have done is we know that the role the journalists are playing, the stories are everywhere, online and on the traditional media. We know that the state authorities too have taken notice and they will deepen their coverage of containing the virus in our communities, and we expect them to do a lot more in the days. The challenge we have had is that people continue to live in self-denial. Much of the task before the society today rests mostly with newsmen. People believe independent parties than the government. So you people have a role to play by convincing our people that COVID-19 is real. Those who thought it's a distant thing can now pick a cue from what has happened in our very own health centers now. So the protocol is social distancing, use of face masks, regular hand washing, use of sanitizers, and most importantly, we must all remain alert. We should discourage gatherings such as social functions, etc. You see how people are forcing their way to hold weddings, hold burial ceremonies, and these are super spreaders. 6 people were reported to have died in the University of Lagos. The six of them were traced to have attended the same party. Only one person could have brought it to the event, and now 6 in one institution, 6 professors are done. You can imagine the gap that one will leave in the educational system in the University of Lagos. So we continue to enjoin our people to stay safe.
The chairman also ordered the immediate contact tracing of their colleagues and associates, as well as patients who visited the facility in the last few days. He also used the medium to admonish the community members to take responsibility for their health and life by avoiding social events that attract large gatherings and by adhering strictly to the laid-down guidelines of the use of face masks, regular hand washing, and the use of sanitizers, maintaining adequate social distancing while in public places in order to flatten the curve of the pandemic. Due to the contact tracing, more positive cases have been discovered, which has led to the shutting down of Bola Ahmed Tinubu Primary Health Center in Aburu. Contact tracing is ordered by the chairman of Agbado Kyodo LCDA, Honorable David Famuyiwa.
Welcome back. It's no more a story. It is no more, it is for the rich people. It is no more, we cannot contact it too. It can't come to us or by pleading the blood of Jesus. It is for us, for you, for me, to take responsibility. Anytime you're coming out from outside, you went to market, immediately you get home, you put your clothes, wash your hands, take care of yourself before you go out, make sure you have your face masks on. And in your handbag for the women, make sure you carry your hand sanitizer anywhere you go and make sure you sanitize. Teach your children how to take care of themselves. As I'll be resuming on Monday, let us make sure we teach them not to share food in the school, always put their face masks on, and for them to take care of themselves even as they are going back to school. I hope you enjoyed today's episode on feedback today. Next week, we'll be coming with Orile Agege, LCDA, the development and what is going on in Orile Agege. Join us next week for another exciting episode of Feedback. I am Amaka Oguleye, your host. See you next week.